Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very exciting episode of the Game Changers podcast. My name is Quinn St, and it's a privilege and honor to be here with you as usual. This episode is an extra special episode. Now, I know I always say it's special, but this one is an extra special episode because my guest is coming all the way from New Zealand. His name is Rei, and I can't wait to introduce him to you. He is from the other side of the world, but you'll realize that we are so much. He may be from the other side of the world, but you would soon realize that we have so much in common. Here is his amazing story. Yo, bro, what's up?
What's good? What's good?
I'm good. How are you?
I am great, thank you. It's a beautiful day here in Aotearoa, New Zealand. Summer's just getting started. And yeah, feeling good about life.
Beautiful, beautiful. In fact, I was just following, Test cricket in New Zealand, so I know you guys are doing well right
There
now.
you go. Are we doing good in cricket? I have no idea.
Well, you are doing. You won your last game, so let's put it that way.
That's right. How are we going against what was it, St. Lucia or was it West Indies team?
Well, you're actually playing England, but
Ah, yeah.
I was following the game.
Nice. As you do. As you do.
Absolutely. All right, bro. So tell my audience a little bit about yourself.
Kia ora, what's good? My name's Rei. I'm a hip hop and R&B artist, pop artist from Aotearoa, New Zealand. I sing and rap in our native language here, which is Māori language, as well as in English. Yeah, I've been doing this for about pretty been releasing music pretty seriously for like 12 years now. So and yeah, I've been full-time musician for like 6 years. And yeah, still sustaining myself and still having fun and still pumping out the tunes. And yeah, I love what I do.
Beautiful, beautiful. So how did you even get into music to begin with?
I come from quite a musical family, like most musicians. My mom's a good singer and plays guitar, so I would jam with her when I was growing up, and she kind of gave me my first kind of musical grounding. And also, my dad's a good guitar player, so I'd always muck around with his guitar, and he taught me a few chords and everything like that. And he was like super encouraging. Both my parents were super encouraging of music, like as a life skill. They didn't really think I was gonna take it as a career, but they were like, you know, they got me into drum lessons pretty early on. They always valued it. They like, supported me getting musical instruments, got me a guitar and stuff like that. So yeah, always been big supporters. And yeah, just kind of throughout my teenage years, I started writing songs more, started making beats. Um, and yeah, was just making beats on my mum's laptop when I was like 14. I had a little rap crew with my friends in high school, as most of us did.
Right.
Who didn't? Who wasn't in a rap crew in high school? And then yeah, my friends kind of got sick of it, but I just never got sick of it. I just kept going, and was maybe just a bit stubborn with music, and just kept doing it, even when it wasn't popping off, even when I was broke. I just kept doing it year after year, releasing song after song, album after album, and then eventually I was able to make some money from it and do all these shows and start to perform all around the world as I've started to do over the last couple of years. So yeah, it's been a wild ride, and we're still just getting started. So yeah.
Beautiful. Now, why Maori music?
Well, yeah, Maori culture is a very important part of my identity. Um, yeah, like Maori culture was kind of and language. The language and culture was kind of lost in my family for a couple of generations because of colonization and everything. Where there was seemed to be shameful if you were speaking Maori, or there was literally kids were hit in schools if they were speaking Maori language. So yeah, a lot of generations kind of saw it like not as a useful skill in life, being Maori or speaking Maori. But my mum kind of broke that chain. She decided to reconnect with
Got you.
that side of our heritage, and yeah, reconnected, learned Maori, and really immersed herself in the Maori world. So yeah, I was kind of just brought up with it. Brought up with mum going to her Maori language lessons, and all of that stuff at a going to Marae, which is like our cultural meeting grounds. Um,
Got you.
and yeah, so it's always just been a part of me. As I started making more music over my 20s, as I started to become like more solid and as myself and a person, I just kind of begun to incorporate my culture more and more in my music. Because when you're first starting out, you're kind of just like you just want to be like an American rapper, or you just want to sound like a UK rapper,
Right.
um, and you just copy beats that you've heard, or you copy flows and everything like that. But I kind of started realizing that if I was going to make music, I had to do it my way. I had to be authentic. I had to put myself into my music, and so yeah, just putting in Māori language and Māori cultural elements was just like it was just a natural part of me finding my musical self.
Absolutely. So then, coming onto the scene, embracing your culture this way, I'm sure that there were challenges when you entered the mainstream. So, what were
Yeah,
some of those challenges?
yeah, for sure. I struggled a bit when I first started making Māori music because there wasn't really anyone making modern Māori music like I was. I was,
Right.
I wanted to, if I was going to make Māori music, I wanted to do it my way. I wanted to be a bit cheeky. I wanted to be a little bit sexy. Um, and yeah, like I said, there wasn't really anyone doing that. And I was a bit scared that people would be like, not ready for it. They'd be like, with the indigenous languages, traditional languages, sometimes it can be a bit like gatekeepy. Like people want to like keep it super
Right.
traditional. They want to keep it super like safe. But if you keep culture and language safe and protected and in a box, then it doesn't grow and it doesn't expand and it doesn't move with the times. And that's when a culture dies, is when it's not moving. When it
Absolutely.
stagnates, when it's too still, that it dies. So my thing was always that if I was gonna do it, I was gonna do it my way. I was gonna use some slang. I was gonna use you know, kind of some cheeky Maori words. I was gonna like even create some of
Hmm.
my own Maori words, um, and I was gonna do it my way. And like at the same time, I was listening to quite a lot of reggaeton and Spanish stuff, which was coming out, like Bad Bunny and J Balvin and stuff like that. And so yeah,
Right.
I just thought like there was like this kind of wave of Spanish music doing really well around the world, and I just realized that cool. It doesn't really matter if other people understand the language, like if they understand the vibe, then they can appreciate the music. So that was a big part of me starting to write in Te Reo Māori.
Absolutely. Because that's similar to, what St. Lucians go through with our Denry segment music and these type of music, because many times people don't understand, the slangs
Yeah,
or the language itself, but they feel the vibe,
exactly,
and music is a universal language in that way.
exactly. And I think there's like people I come to the realization that people think like both Caribbean culture and Maori culture. People think that it's fucking cool what we do. Sorry, I don't know if I can swear. They think it's cool. So like it's literally like a selling point when you're going around the world. Like um they I don't know, like people in Europe and stuff, they think it's like it's just something different, something they haven't heard before and super underrepresented in their music industry. So I think it's just that selling point really.
Absolutely. And it's different. So different can be good.
Yeah, I think so. People want to
Absolutely.
see your individuality and what you can bring to the table that's different. So I think it's super important.
All right. So, for somebody who hasn't heard your music yet, how would you describe your music to them?
My friend came up with a term for our music the other day. She called it electro haka. You know what a haka is?
Okay, wow.
Haka is like the war chant thing that Maori people
Right.
do. A lot of Polynesian cultures have haka in their culture. So I incorporate elements like that into my music, make it electronic, make beats around it, sing and rap around it. Um, but yeah, that's one way to put it. But I got a lot of sides to my music. I produce and write, so like I listen to a lot of genres. I do a lot of housey stuff as well. I do some drum and bass as well as more trappy and drill stuff. I obviously there's a huge reggae culture in Aotearoa, New Zealand as well.
Oh, wow.
Like all of the biggest bands in New Zealand are actually reggae bands. So I do make quite a lot of reggae from here and there as well. It's like the easiest way to have a radio hit in New Zealand is to actually make a reggae song, which is funny.
Oh,
But
interesting.
it's funny for you guys though, because it's like sounds like super old school reggae. It's like probably what your parents, the kind
Okay,
of reggae your parents would make or listen to. So it's quite buzzy that we're still doing that over here. But you know, we're an island nation, so we still have that reggae
yeah,
islandy vibe. So yeah,
got you. That's really interesting. Yeah, and that's very interesting how music travels because I would have never thought that reggae was that big in New Zealand.
yeah, that's huge. Like you look at the local charts, like all the local bands, it's all reggae tunes. It's crazy. But yeah, it all started from like Bob Marley and stuff, and he was touring the world. Like he had a
Right,
huge impact here. He visited here in the late 70s, and we call him Uncle Bob. Like he's a huge part of our culture, as he is part of people's culture all around the world. And so yeah, there's still a lot of international reggae bands. They still come to Aotearoa. They still come to New Zealand and tour here. So yeah.
beautiful, beautiful. All right, so we're moving on to one of my favorite segments of a Game Changers podcast. It's called the Quick Hitters. So it's a rapid fire questions. So answer as quickly as you
Yeah,
can.
gotcha.
All
I'm
right?
ready.
Okay, let's go. So the first one is if you could collaborate with any artist in the world, who would it be and why?
Skrillex. That's a funny one, but I really
Okay,
like Skrillex's like production and songwriting, all the tunes he's been pumping out over the last 10, 15 years. And as like a producer, I just really rate his songs. We use his mixes all the time as references in the studio, so yeah,
right.
Skrillex is my answer for that.
Beautiful. Next quick hitter question. What's a fun or surprising fact that your fans may not know about you?
Good question. Oh man, I I don't know if this is fun or surprising, but I'm a big ocean guy, and I
Okay,
swim every couple of days, no matter if it's winter or summer or any time. You can always find me close to the ocean and in the ocean.
beautiful. Final quick hitter question. Who would you like to see on this podcast?
Ooh, good question. I'd like to see you talk to one of our big reggae bands because that would be cool.
Okay,
Catch a Fire is like the OG, one of the OG Māori reggae bands from New Zealand,
right.
and they tour the world internationally. So yeah, that.
Sure, sure. And if you do have a link, feel free to set me up, man.
Oh well.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, now we're moving on to the back end of the interview very, very quickly. Um, as a presenter, how do you balance engaging your audience but staying true to your roots and keeping your message authentic?
Yeah, I guess if something feels right, then do it. If it feels wrong, don't do it.
Don't do
You
it.
really got to listen to your instinct when it comes to doing anything publicly, whether it's releasing songs or whether it's doing social media or whether it's sharing things. Like if it aligns with who you are, then sweet, go for it. If it's not, then maybe just leave it to the side. Um, that's simple advice, but I think that's it.
Absolutely. And that's so true, Um, often our mind and our body tells us what we should or shouldn't be doing.
Yeah,
The problem is we don't listen often.
that's right. There's that big mind body
Yeah.
disconnect, and a lot of people want to stay disconnected. But yeah, happiness comes from when your mind and your body are aligned. So you just gotta listen to that feeling.
For sure. Absolutely. You're 100% right on that. Now, a young person is listening to you and is very intrigued, they like your vibe and they might have listened to your music and like your music. What word of advice would you have for them for their careers?
One thing I say quite regularly to people is don't be don't be too precious. Don't wait for anything. Don't wait for something to get started. Just start. Just do it. Just do the
Ah,
thing. If you want to be a
yes.
musician, just write a song. Put it out on TikTok. Put it out on YouTube. Like, yeah, the whole thing with being a creative is just working up that muscle of creativity. Like, you write something, you make something, and then you put it out into the world, and then you repeat that process. You write something else, and then you put it out into the world. If you just keep making the things but don't put it out, then you're just being kind of selfish because you're just keeping it to yourself and you're not allowing it to grow, and you're not allowing it to be received by other people. And that's, the whole part of our art is that we want to give it to other people and hopefully they can get something out of it. So yeah, that's my thing. Just do it. Don't be too precious and get it out there.
Beautiful. But what about those who say, well, I'm afraid to put it out? You know, what would people think about me?
Yeah,
What would your advice be then?
my advice there is just accept that people are always going to have their opinions. They're always going to judge,
Absolutely.
and that's fine. They're either going to like it or they're not going to like it. And also, you come to the realization that what you put out and what you do isn't who you are. It's just something you've done or something you've made. So if they don't like it, it's not that they don't like you. It's just that they don't like something you've made. That's fine. And once you kind of appreciate that distinction, then you can, yeah, just have yourself one step removed from your art or your whatever you're putting out. Because you are, a lot of people think you are what you make, but like at the end of the day, it's just something you've done at some point in time. So don't be too precious with it.
Absolutely. Yeah. So it's then, I'm guessing it's important to embrace, the unknown, and the unknown is part of, the process, and many people fear that unknown. But I'm hearing, based on what you're saying, that it's very, very important to embrace it, and not just embrace it, but accept that, you know people might not agree with you, or people might not see the world the same way as you do, but that's okay, right?
That's right. Beautifully said, my friend.
For sure.
The unknown. A lot of our ancestors, they went out into the unknown. They went looking for something new, and that's where greatness is made. So embrace that unknown and find your own path through it, and you'll make something beautiful.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So, my next question then for you would be, somebody wants to find your music, somebody who is new to this entire culture, who's new to your culture and this entire, well, they're new to you. Where can they find their music, and how can they start listening?
Yeah, all good. You just gotta search me up on Spotify. You search Rei or Apple Music, whatever you listen to music. YouTube, search Rei. Rei, that's my name, and you got to scroll past. There's a Mexican Rei and there's a
Right.
Japanese Rei. You scroll past them, and you find the one that looks like me, the handsome one. And then yeah, you can just follow me there. My Instagram and stuff. It's all at Music by Ray on TikTok. And Instagram, Facebook. It's all at Music by Ray, so you can follow me there. Keep up to date with what I'm up to. And yeah, also my website. You can subscribe to my email list if you're into that. It's
Absolutely.
musicbyray.com. That's me.
Absolutely. All right. I asked my last guest this question, and I think I will ask this question to you as well. And it might be something that you'll have to really think about. How do you define success, and how has that definition evolved over time?
That is a good question. Yeah, I guess when I was a few years ago, I really based my success on external things, on like streaming numbers and awards and money and income. But now I'm more basing my success on internal things, more things that I can control, like my own
Right.
happiness, my own well being, and my own life satisfaction. If I'm like satisfied and really happy and really proud with the music I'm putting out. In the long run, that's going to make me happier than if I was releasing music that I was, on the fence about, but it was getting millions and millions of streams. So yeah, my idea of success is ever evolving. Like success, my idea of success at the moment, like we're trying to do some more things internationally and tour the globe. So I'm really looking at that as a metric for my success. But in a few years, I'm sure my success is gonna be like it's gonna be more like, oh, can I have a sustainable career and stay in one place and raise a family for most of the year? Like that's gonna be my idea of success in a few years. So yeah, it's ever evolving, but at the end of the story, it's got to be your success has got to be your own well being and your own happiness, because that's the important things. And your success comes with the people around you. It comes with being around your whānau, your family, good friends. Like that's what really that's what real success is, I think.
Absolutely. I love that. All right, bro. So I'm coming quickly winding down to the end. I know that you have won awards during your career. What did those highs mean to you, and what can those accomplishments teach you about the path to success?
Yeah, even after all that, saying that awards aren't the be all and end all, like at the end of
Hmm.
the day, they do help, and they are nice little nods to just like encourage you along the way. Um, yeah, so like I started. I think I got my first Māori Music Award when I was like 20, 21 or something, and that was a big moment for me. Like I released my first album fully independently, self mixed, self mastered. It sounds ass now when I listen to it, but that's all right. The songs were good. Just the mixing and everything was bad. Um, but yeah, getting an award for that from the Māori Music Awards also really encouraged me to like work
Hmm.
more within the Māori music world. Like if I haven't got that kind of acceptance from that world, then I might not have gone this way. I might have, you know, just moved to LA and been
Music.
making generic
Yeah.
LA hip hop pop vibes. Yeah, which is cool too. But there's a lot of people doing that, so I guess I chose my own path. Um, but yeah, the awards they're nice. They make you feel a bit good, but at the end of the day, they're kind of like just things that you put on your wall, like
All
pictures in
right.
my living room right there, and you kind of just get on with making the next thing. Um, so yeah, they're not something that you should like aim for, or really like place too much like prestige upon. But at the same time, they do feel good.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you enjoy it in the moment, but you don't make it your life, right? It is
Yeah,
just
yeah.
exactly,
Don't strive
exactly.
for
It,
it
it is
exactly.
just a result of the work, but it's not what the work is for. Yeah, man. Absolutely. All right, bro. Um, Last question. What is next for it?
Yeah, so I've been working hard on a new album, which is going to be coming out in a few months, probably mid 2025. And that album is called Moisturize and Decolonize. I've been working on this album for like 2 years now. And yeah, once it's released, I want to be hopefully lining up some more international shows. Um, we've kind of been building on that side of things for a while now, doing a few showcases in Canada and Europe. Um, and yeah, that's where we linked up with Bird Dukes. So yeah, next year I'll be doing more shows overseas, releasing an album, and yeah, more collabs around the world is also my goal. So yeah, and having fun
Most
while I'm
important
doing
thing.
it. That's
Very,
the
very,
main
very
goal.
important.
Yeah,
Absolutely, bro.
that's
And
it.
I look forward to that for you. I look forward to you coming to St. Lucia. You know, yeah.
I would
Yes,
love
I
to.
would love to
Yes,
have you here.
please. It's like honestly, yeah, it's literally my goal to one of my life goals to visit Caribbean, come Jamaica, come St. Lucia and everything. So like, yeah, I'll definitely put that on my goal travels list, and we'll come say
For
this
sure,
out.
for sure.
Come say this out.
Anyhow, bro, this has been an amazing conversation. I am so happy to have met you. I'm so happy to have gained insight from you. I will become a fan. I've not listened extensively to your music, but I'm already a fan of the man,
No
so
worries.
I know I'll be a fan of the music.
I'm a fan of you too, bro. Thanks for the amazing interview. That was
For sure, for sure,
super
for
nice
sure.
chat.
All right, guys. So this has been another Game Changers episode, and to thank you for coming on and listening. Remember to like and subscribe. Game Changers is available wherever you get your podcast. We are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and on YouTube. And I want to thank you for coming on as usual. Anyhow, as we always say, stay hungry, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.